Hello everyone, my name is Serik Sybanov, and today I will talk about the Kazakh Khanate. Kazakh Khanate is a state which was existed between the 1456 and 1731 years, and it roughly it was located on the territory of the modern Kazakhstan. So in this presentation, I will talk about I will tell you more facts about the Kazakh Khanate, tell some new information by doing my investigation about that topic. So firstly, let's talk about the formation of the Khanate, how it started to formate to the big Khanate, and by analyzing the whole topic about the Kazakh Khanate, I came to the I came to the one question. That question is why Kirey and Janibek Sultans are migrated from the Abu Khair Khan Abu Khair Khanate. So I analyzed the topic and found the answer for that question, and I have found the two factor of the migrating of that two sultans from the Abu Khair Khan, and the first one is the weakening of the Abu Khair Khan. In the first half of the 15th century, uh, on the territory of the modern Kazakhstan was the Khanate of Abu Khair. It was called the Uzbek Ulus, and the first factor of Abu Khair Khan's weakening was his crushing defeat in the war in the 15 or 1457 years with Kalmyks and uh, another source says with Oirats, but it doesn't matter from whom they were crushed, because it means that the Uzbek Ulus was way weak at that period of time, and it was the first factor of the migrating of sultans. And the second one is the suppressing of Abu Khair Khan, his domestic opponents. The the second factor was the desire to suppress his domestic opponents by Abu Khair Khan, of course. At the end of the 1415th years, Abu Khair Khan interrupted a number of the descendants of Joshi in the country. They Shekipchak and dispersed the society in different territories. And as a result of the Abu Khair's persecution, contrary to Jushits, Kiri, and Janibek, migrated. So it means that the Abu Khair at that period of time, in the 14th, 15th years, uh, started to press to press his opponents, to press another sultans, and it caused Kiri and Janibek to migrate. And the Janibek and the Kiri migrated from the Uzbek Ulus, and they found they should find the location for their Khanate, and the let's talk about the location of that Kazakh Khanate. And the first one is they rented the land from the Magulstan Khanate, and they started to depend on them. With the group of people worthy recognitions, Kiri and Janibek choose the way to Magulstan, and at this time, Magulstan was controlled by the Essene Buga Khan. In the nomadic society, one of the forms of mass resistance was migration of tribes, parts of people from familiar sports living from under the power of the government. Two sultans, the Janibek and Kiri, led with tribes which are subject to them. So the Kiri and Janibek came to the rented place and started to collect many started to gather many people, many tribes to the one place. And let's talk about the population. So the strengthening of the Kazakh sultans happened with this of the Essien Buga, or the last, I can say, not the last, the last Khan of the Moghulstan in the 1461 years. The number of people who have gathered with them reached 200,000 people, and it was the good statistic. So Kiri and Janibek returned in Deshta Kipchak, and the main population of the central Kazakhstan steppes joined them. Thus, in the 1469, the Kazakh Khanate comes to political area as the independent state of the nomad tribes of the Deshti Kipchak. So it means that Kazakh Khanate uh, developed very rapidly and were independent state of nomad tribes. So it was the good point. So let's talk about the antonym. Antonym Kazakh. So word Kazakh means the outlaws from the nickname Cossacks. So the people who have separated from the Ulus were named by the Cossacks. So the Kiri and Janibek, in the process of Khanate formation, the concept Kazakh began to find more ethnic coloring. Before formation of the Kazakh Khanate, the term Kazakh carried a social shade. After the 16th years, Kazakh and Kazakh Uzbek, and then Kazakhs began to call Kiri and Janibek's ethnic groups. Um, it is the not it is the one source, so it has a lot of source of uh, the meaning of the Kazakh, how it was appeared. And Let's talk about the of the govern of the Kazakh Khanate under the Tauke Khan. Tau- Under the Tauke Khan was the seven laws, the code of laws adopted in Kazakh Khanate under the Khan Tauke. So the seven laws, or Jeta Jarga, means the uh, was the main law of the Kazakh Khanate, and the basic information about the seven laws changes in the political structure uh, nes- uh, led to the process and the legal basis for the organization of the Kazakh society, and it gave the government it gave the government to be more more powerful, and it gave a lot of benefits. So seven laws describes the seven terms, and the first one is the land law, which discussed about the resolution of disputes on pastures and the watering. The second one is the family marriage act, which established the procedure and the procedure for the conclusion and dissolution of marriage, the rights and the obligation of spouses, the property rights of the family members. The third one is the military law regulating the sending of conscription, the formation of the units. So military law i- is a basis on the regulating the whole Khanate. So The fourth one is the position about the trial, which discussed about the trial orders. The fifth one is the criminal law. It's a punishment for various crimes except murder. I'm talking about the murder except murder, uh, because for the murder created the sixth law. It's the law on Kunz, establishing which established the punishment for murder and the grievous bodily harm. And the seventh one is the law of the widows, which regulates the property and the personal rights of widows and as well as the obligations towards the community and the relatives of the deceased. So um, this document, Seven Laws or JTJRG, covers the seven spheres of society, and it was called the Seven Institutions Talkehan. But there is another version, so as suggested by some, Seven Laws is so named because it took part in its elaboration seven Bs. And let's to sum up that presentations. Kirill and Janibek became the first Kazakh Khans, founders of the Kazakh statehood. Thanks in Kirill and Janibek's activity in the second half of the 15th century in the Kipchak, there is a antonym Kazakh which is transformed from Kazakh Uzbeks um, to the one name of the people. Kazakh, the first state in the Central Asia from nowadays existing in the modern people. So Kazakh Khanate is the first the first state which developed and nowadays is the modern Kazakhstan. Migration of the Kiri and Janibek from under the power of Abulkhair Khan shows us an institute of outlawers as an option in steep tradition, aspiration to independence manifestations in the nomadic environment. Uh, so and thank you for your attention and goodbye.